guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's video. I really wanted to do something very fall inspired for this makeup tutorial, so this is what I came up with. And I wanted to focus more around burgundies, mauves, pinks, that kind of thing, since I have done a golden fall makeup look in the past last year. And this is the palette that was kind of my inspo for it. It's the new Makeup Forever Volume 4 Must Have Mattes. So this palette is all matte, and then I did a little something on my lid that's super affordable. And don't forget to give the video a thumbs up if you like makeup tutorials and want to see more, and leave a comment down below what video you'd like to see next. And then if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to my channel. I will be doing a lot more videos. I have been doing a lot more videos on my channel, and I don't want you to miss out on them. So let's go ahead and get started on how I got this makeup look right here. Hey guys, so we are going to start this off with MAC Strobe Cream. What else? I'm going to apply this to all the high points of my face and then massage it into my skin. This is going to add hydration and luminosity. Next up is primer, and I use the Benefit Pore Fessional Primer. This is going to blur out any pores or texture on the skin, and I like to really apply a nice thin layer to create that barrier between your skin and the makeup and kind of press it in to fill in any lines or pores. Okay, this next step is not necessary at all, but I'm using the Skindinavia primer spray. It was honestly just sitting there and I had to try it out because I was intrigued. So not sure how it works as a primer, but I did like it for adding a little more hydration. Next, I'm going in with the MAC Pro Longwear Nourishing Waterproof Foundation in the shade NW15. This is my all-time favorite foundation. It's waterproof, it's long-wearing, it has a 24-hour wear actually, and I like to apply it using my damp beauty blender. It's going to give it a very airbrushed finish. For any areas you want extra coverage, go ahead and pick out your favorite concealer. Mine is going to be the MAC Studio Finish Concealer in the shade NW15. I'm going to hit those areas and then blend it out using my damp beauty blender again. I love using the beauty blender. You're just going to press it into the skin. It's going to pick up any excess that might be sitting on your skin so you won't be all cakey. And for powder to set it, I'm going to only set the outer perimeter of my face. This is the Rimmel Stay Matte Pressed Powder and the shade Transparent, and I'm just hitting those outer perimeters of the face because I am going in with an under eye concealer still. To prime my eyelids, I'm using my favorite MAC Painterly Paint Pot. It's long wearing, and I'm just applying a thin layer with my finger. I do like to set that paint pot, so I'm just going to pick up this translucent powder by IT Cosmetics. It's the by Pores, and just press a little bit of that so it gets rid of any tacky residue. My first shadow I'm going in with is by MAC Cosmetics. This is Bamboo. It was discontinued, but you just want to go in with a shade a little bit darker from your skin tone. It will serve as a transition color, so all the other colors blend really nice and seamlessly together. Moving right along into the star of the show, this is the brand new Makeup Forever Must Have Matte Volume 4 Artist Palette, and I'm going to take the shade M806. It's a matte shade. This whole palette is matte, and I'm using my Morphe M505 blending brush. It's really fluffy and soft, and I'm going to wash this back and forth in windshield wiper motions throughout my crease. It's going to add a little bit more dimension and color to the look. And now I'm taking the shade M546. It's kind of like a dusty rose on my Sigma E25 blending brush. This is similar to a MAC 217, and I'm going to really focus this in my crease. This is going to add more depth to the look. Let's be honest, working with mattes isn't always the easiest thing, so if you're ever having trouble, try jumping between a few different blending brushes. That's what I do. I always jump back to a fluffier brush in between shadows just to ensure that there's no harsh lines or edges, because with mattes it's really easy to get those. So just take your time, a little product at a time, and it will help out a lot. Now I'm going in with the shade M842 from the palette. It's kind of like a wine berry color. I'm going to focus this in my crease, keeping it below those last two. And I'm using the Sigma E25 blending brush to do this. Honestly, I picked up a little too much product, so I did want to jump back to the M806. If you ever find yourself getting a little bit of a harsh line and want to soften it, just go back to the lighter color that's similar and that will fix it. So that's all I did. Now I'm going in with a color by City Color Cosmetics. This is one of the shimmer shadows, and it's called It's a Girl. These things are so good. The quality is amazing, and they're so pigmented and really easy to work with not a lot of fallout. And I'm going to pack this all over my lid using my MAC 242 flat shader brush, and I'm really pressing and kind of swiping across the lid so I get that really metallic effect. I'm going to take a little bit more of the M842, the wine kind of berry shade, and I'm going to focus this a little bit more on my crease. To smoke out the look, I'm now taking M620 on the Sigma E25, and I'm going to concentrate this on the outer corner in like a V shape, and then I'm going to take a clean MAC 217 and really buff out those edges so it's nice and smoky. Personally, I always like to go in with a gray before I go right in with the black to add more of a gradient effect. So I did the same technique. I packed on the M100 matte black shade using the Sigma E25 blending brush on the outer V, and then blended it out using my MAC 217 blending brush. It is kind of the same brush, but my MAC 217 is a little bit older, so it's a little fluffier. To brighten up those under eyes, I'm now going in with the Bye Bye Under Eye Waterproof Concealer by IT Cosmetics. I wear the shade Light, and I'm going to apply that underneath my eyes and then pull it out so I get a nice clean edge with my eyeshadow. I like to do my top of my eyeshadow first and then my under eye concealer because it will clean up any fallout that might be there, and then I go ahead and highlight the center points on my face as well. And I just blend it out using my damp beauty blender, except this time I use the more pointed side. Since this look is not natural by any means, I am just going to go extra all the way, and I'm going into my Hourglass foundation stick in the shade Blanc, and I'm going to hit my cheekbones 4 times. I just wanted to do a little bit of cream highlighting because I never get to do it since nothing ever really works for that for me. So I was really excited to find this one, and it blends out beautifully, and why not be extra? To set all of that cream, I'm now going in with the MAC Emphasize Shaping Powder, and this is going to give a really soft effect to the under eye and keeping it really bright. Taking my Sigma Flat Definer, I'm now taking the shade M842 and pressing that into my lower lash line. I'm going to smoke out my lower lash line. I do that with most of my looks. I just find it really works for my eye shape and balances out the top and bottom. If you don't like to do that, you don't have to. It's totally optional. You can really go in with any of the shades that you went in with the upper portion of the eye. So now I'm taking the gray shade, the M620, and lining halfway and then blending it out using a pencil brush. I wanted this look to be very smoky and sultry, so I'm going in with my Makeup Forever Aqua XL pencil in M10. This is a matte, very black shade, and I'm going to line this very messily on my waterline, and then I'm going to smudge it out using my pencil brush so it's really smoky. Once this pencil sets, it does not move, it doesn't run, and it stays put on your waterline. So it's completely waterproof and sweat-proof, and I love it. It's definitely my favorite one on the market. For winged liner, I use the Inglot Gel Liner in 77. This is the blackest gel liner ever, and I just can't get enough of it. And the brush I use with it is my MAC 210 brush. It's very, very fine, and you can get a lot of detail with it. So I draw a line out towards my temple and then bring it across and then just fill in the blanks. So it's almost like you're drawing a stencil and then filling it in. I do take my time with my liner because it's one of my favorite things about makeup, and it just takes practice. I do have a full video. I want to do an updated one soon, but I will link my previous one down below for you. Brows were not included in this video because we would be here all day. Brows are actually my least favorite about makeup, but if you want to see a tutorial, I will do that for you. I use Anastasia Dip Brow and the Gimme Brow by Benefit in light and medium. I went ahead and popped on some mascara. Now I'm going in with some bronzer to warm up the skin, and I use the MAC bronzer in the shade Golden. It works really well for me. It's not orange, it's not muddy, and I just hit my hairline, my jawline, and my cheeks with this. To contour, I love using the shade Harmony Blush by MAC. It's kind of like a neutral. It's not too cool and it's not too warm, and I find it just works really well for contouring. The more you build it up, the more cool tone it does get. And to contour, I love using my NARS Ita brush. I feel like it really does the job for you. I'm going to go ahead and blend it out just using a powder brush so there are no harsh lines, and I like to cut out my contour, so I'm applying a very heavy amount of translucent powder to my beauty blender and just carving it out and then dusting it off using a powder brush. This is something that I recently got into. I don't leave it on to do the whole baking thing because I feel like it really leaves my skin looking dry since I'm already dry. So I dust it off immediately after I do both sides, and I just find it leaves a really clean, nice, chiseled edge to my contour. And for blush today, I'm using my favorite MAC Well Dressed blush just for a soft dusting and flush of color to the cheeks. For lashes, I'm using the Flutter lashes in the style Intoxicating. These are the synthetic ones. I'm going to just apply a little glue, let them sit, and in the meantime do my highlight. I'm using the Anastasia Moonchild palette, and I'm mixing the shades Pink Heart and then layering Blue Ice over top. This has been my obsession. It creates a really pretty purple highlight. And lashes are ready to put on. Do you like how close I am to the mirror? I didn't have my contacts in. So I'm going to apply those, and it's important to wait 30 to 60 seconds for the glue to get tacky. They'll be much easier to put on, especially when working with a thicker band like these ones. I'm going to apply some lower lash mascara and grab some lash tweezers and just gently pinch that lash band so they're nice and snug to my natural lashes. And I'm going to apply a little bit of liquid liner to any areas where the glue didn't dry completely clear. To set my makeup and get the most wear out of it, I'm going to mist my skin with the Skindinavia Makeup Finishing Spray. I'm going to start off by lining my lips with MAC Cosmetics Whirl Lip Pencil. This is one of my favorites. We are going to top it off with Jeffree Star's Lip Ammunition and Celebrity Skin. I am so obsessed with this lipstick. It is gorgeous. The formula is amazing. And that is it for this makeup tutorial. I really hope you enjoyed this fall look. Let me know if you recreate it, and don't forget to give the video a thumbs up and subscribe. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!